That's why I don't read the newspaper. Because it's garbage. And the editor that let it come out is garbage.
It's Division I football! Go play intramurals, brother. Go play intramurals.
But, you know, I am going to try, and there will be some people inconvenienced. And if it happens to be their fat little girlfriends, too bad.
Twitter, radio.
Yeah, I'd give a rat's ass about Twitter.
All right, welcome back to the Jake and Bake Show. We got the picks in for you. We're making the picks for this weekend. We got Miami, Florida. We got Arizona, Hawaii. Just friendly bet through the season. What are we gonna do? Locks of the week, game days, and dogs of the week. We got locks are gonna be 1 point, right?
Yep.
1 point. We're gonna do game days are 2, and then dogs are gonna be worth 3. So all we gotta do is cover the spread and tally up our points at the end of the week. We'll tally them up at the end of the season, and me and Jake got a little bet going on, and we'll announce it at the end of the year. So what do you got, Jake? What do you got? You go first.
First game, I got Florida -7.
Florida -7. You know, I got them too. I just don't think Miami is a good enough. I mean, Florida's ranked number 8.
Yeah.
Florida and Miami, I don't think they're going to cover. They're not going. I think it's going to be like a 13-point game.
Well,
but that's still not 7.
I think there's problems at Miami, especially with, because Tate Martell transferred into Miami, and then now he's not starting.
I think that's a big
indication.
Yeah, that's a big
like,
factor.
He might be in trouble.
Yeah. Arizona, Hawaii. It's at Hawaii. Arizona's -11. I was kind of tempted to take Hawaii just because, they're at home. That's a hard flight to make.
Yeah.
You're going to be a little.
That's some good home field advantage.
It's a great home field advantage.
It's like a 6-hour difference.
I still think Arizona prevails on that -11. I think they win by probably 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, we're the same. I got Arizona too.
Yeah.
Khalil Tate.
So the first week's
too
pretty quick and easy because it's just 2 games. Well, I guess non-football fans, non-real
week 0.
Yeah, week 0. They call it, uneducated, but it's okay.
But if we combined everything, it's just all.
Yeah, we're combining everything. We're going to talk about next week's games too. Next week has 2 game days. We got Georgia Tech at Clemson on next Thursday, and then we have on next Saturday, Oregon versus Auburn, but it's in Dallas, right? It's at the Big House or the Jerry's World or whatever.
Yeah, I think it's Jerry World. Yeah.
So what do you got for game day number 1? Georgia Tech, Clemson. Clemson's -36.5. So
I feel like we're gonna have the same thing. It's Clemson. I mean, dude.
Yeah.
They're gonna.
It's a tough one because Georgia Tech could cover that spread.
Yeah, their style.
But Clemson could also beat them fucking 50-0.
I mean, from a talent perspective, there's no doubt they could beat them by 50. But just from the style of play, running the wishbone and chewing the clock out, and is Clemson really gonna pour it on? I don't. They might bench their dudes at halftime. So,
yeah, right. And they still might cover the spread.
Yeah,
which is crazy.
Who really knows? I think Clemson's good enough to cover the spread, so that's
I agree. There. We're agreeing on that. We got that one in lock. So what speaking of lock, what is your lock?
My lock of the week?
Lock of the week.
My lock of the week.
Oh, by the way, preface this. Dogs have to be a +10 on the spread. Locks of the week are just locks. And we have we have a super dog that we're working on. Super dogs have to be a plus, what did we say, 17.5?
17.5, yeah.
Yeah, I think we'll figure the super dog out.
Over 3 possessions.
I know I'm not choosing a super dog. If you take one, you have to get it. You get 5 points. If you don't, you lose a point for that week.
Yeah.
So it's a hefty bet.
Yeah, it'll swing.
It'll swing you one way or the other.
My lock of the week is Kansas at home against Indiana State.
Whew.
They're -3.
What? They're -3?
Yeah. It's
at home.
Unbelievable.
That is unreal.
I mean, dude.
That's a solid lock.
Here's the thing, dude, is I pride myself on being a pretty good college football fan. I couldn't even tell you who Indiana State's mascot is.
Yes, me neither.
No idea.
No idea.
That tells me enough of you should win that game. Yeah. Les Miles coming in first game.
You should cover that spread by at least 3
That's
more.
a pick 'em, dude. 3 points is like the Auburn game.
3 points. That's crazy. I know Kansas is not that great, but dude, it's
a home game too.
I don't
understand.
And they got Les Miles. They're a different team,
Yeah,
I mean, a little bit better.
I know Kansas is bad, but they can't be that bad to lose a home game against a terrible team with
Yeah.
a brand new coach.
I agree.
Miles.
That's a
Like,
solid lock of the week.
Gotta be.
Let us know what you think of that lock of the week. That's pretty good. I can't believe that spread is so low.
Yeah, it's insane.
My lock of the week is a little bit higher spread, -7 West Virginia at home against James Madison. While James Madison is a good team for FCS, right?
Yeah.
It's at home West Virginia, dude. Like they're just a high offense team. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
I think even if they just won the game by 10, like I think that's like a bad game for West Virginia against them.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's a
Yeah.
little. It might have to do with Dan Holgerson leaving, obviously, and Will Greer.
Yeah.
But and shout out to my cousin Josh. He just started his first semester of college at West Virginia. I hope it's going well, bud. But I just think
Yeah.
James
That's a good
Madison
pick. That's a
is
great
not
pick.
covering it. They're not gonna. It's not gonna be
No.
a field goal game. It's just not.
Nah, they're one of the teams that they're good for the conference, but they're not.
I don't think James Madison could
not
put up
playing a D1.
fucking 42 points.
in Morgantown.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Nah, it ain't happening.
Moving on to what do you want to go next? Dawg or game day number 2?
Let's do Dawg. Dawg's interesting, cause this is the hard.
This is the hard one
pick.
because these dogs they have to be plus 10 or more,
Yeah.
and that's a tough one because like if teams could obviously cover that, but like they're also bad enough to like lose by 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, because they're basically saying 2 possession loss.
I think you were mentioning what your dog was. I can't remember it exactly, but I think it's a pretty good one. What was it?
Yeah, I'm not super confident in this. I like it from a talent perspective.
Yeah.
It's Wisconsin at South Florida, and Wisconsin.
Ooh, yeah, that's right. I actually did not remember.
Wisconsin's
I
favored
thought it
by
was something different.
13. The spread's 13 in Wisconsin's favor. So
I think Wisconsin. I actually don't think that's a good pick. I think you're gonna lose that one.
yeah, because the thing about South Florida is from a talent wise, South Florida should be a really talented team, and they're at home. So like you think maybe that would work?
I think Wisconsin's gonna kick that ass.
Yeah,
I really do. I
but-
think you're gonna. Yeah, I think you're gonna regret this pick heavily.
the big problem is that South Florida ranked 7th in rush defense in the AAC in their conference, which is a bad conference.
Yeah, but there's also like only 12 teams, so they.
Well, no, I'm saying like it's terrible because their rush defense is bad in the terrible conference they play in.
Yeah. Also,
and
that's
then
why
now
they,
they're playing a great rushing team.
Yeah, yeah. So that's why you're a little
like
worried about it.
Yeah, because
Okay, yeah.
their Achilles heel is the rush defense, and then they're gonna play Wisconsin, who's gonna
So
run
who did
the
you
ball.
say you had?
I had South Florida.
South Florida.
Yeah,
That's a risky one. I don't think
Yeah.
you're gonna.
it's risky.
I don't think you're getting that one. But then again, mine's a risky pick too because it's an FCS team at a Big Ten team in South Dakota State plus 12.5 against Minnesota.
Ooh.
It's a risky one, but South Dakota State is like the best FCS team there is.
Yeah.
You know, I think they could surprise
They're-
people and maybe just lose
I
by
think you're thinking that North Dakota State is the national champion,
fuck.
not South Dakota.
Why did you tell me that? Damn.
Yeah.
Oh
You're
shit!
thinking
But I
of
already
different-
made the pick, so I don't know
And
what
the
the other ones are.
disrespect, dude, of PJ Fleck, dude. Fleck is my man.
Yeah, but I
Row
have
the
to
boat.
give a little bit of hope out there.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, it's a decent pick because you
Damn,
never know where they're
I
going to be.
totally. Whoops.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah.
I do think Minnesota will win this game.
Well,
I just
yeah.
obviously hope.
I mean,
it's
that's
only
the
by
same
like,
thing with-
I hope it's just by like 10.
Yeah.
Or 11. Obviously.
Yeah, you just need to cover the spread, so it's not as bad.
So
Not
what
as
else we
bad.
got? We covered the 2 games this weekend.
Yep.
We both got Florida and Arizona. I got West Virginia as my lock. You got
Everything is the same except for the dog and the lock.
who'd you have for lock?
Lock is Kansas.
Oh yeah, that's right, Kansas.
Yeah. So then we go into second game day, and it's a -3 for Auburn, and I'm picking Oregon. You know,
Yeah, this is gonna be a tell 'em all game for both of them. I think.
Yeah.
I think it could either be a 3-point game or it could be like a 20-point game one-sided.
yeah.
One of the teams could be super bad, just like they're always one of these 2 teams is always overrated each year.
It's gonna be close. I think the thing is Auburn's got a really tough schedule. They got Murderers Row. Like, they think that Auburn's only going to win 7 games this year. So Auburn might be thinking like, oh, dude, if we don't get this, we might be a 6-6 team. You know,
I am
'cause their
taking Auburn -3. That's a tough one because that's just saying they're going to win by a touchdown.
Yeah, it's a pick'em game basically.
Well, but I mean, all you gotta do is get within a field goal.
Yeah,
Like you just gotta lose.
all you have to do is win. Basically,
No, you just gotta lose by a field goal, and then you push it.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know what we would do if you pushed. You can't. We'll give you half.
get nothing.
Get half a point. Get half a point. We'll do half a point for pushes, but I just think it's gonna go. I think one of these two teams is overrated. I don't know which one yet. I think time will tell. But one of these two teams, just like fucking Notre Dame, is overrated.
That's the hard thing about picking this whole week 1 thing is that nobody really knows.
You really don't know. Like Clemson, I know they're not gonna be probably, but they could just suck.
That's
they
like
could.
the Indiana.
It's not gonna happen.
It's like the Indiana State Kansas thing.
Yeah.
Like I really don't know much information about Indiana State other than.
But also
they're an
Kansas, we don't know
FCS
how.
team.
Like even though they got Les Miles, how much have they actually improved?
Yeah.
You know.
And I don't think Puka's not playing.
I have no idea. Couldn't tell you.
So, but the thing is, dude, is like that's the best game I feel the best about. Obviously, is my lock, but the rest of them is like
I feel
they could really
I feel
just go
solid.
any
Obviously,
way.
yeah. Again about the lock, I do think I think Florida's gonna win that game pretty easily against Miami.
Yeah, Miami's just showing a
think
lot
they're
of
gonna.
signs.
I think Florida's gonna
it being
act
bad.
like they're pretty good all season, and then like when it comes time to the end of the year, they're just gonna crumble.
Yeah.
You know? Once again, screw Notre Dame. You're overrated. You always are. Everyone thinks it. Even if you're a fan of them, you always think it. You have to. But yeah, I mean, that's all I have to say on Notre Dame. Really. What do you have? What's some stuff you got for OSU?
OSU,
Who they play?
man, Oregon State. We play
Oregon
Oregon
State.
State. It's a night game. It's on a Friday.
Fuck, I totally forgot
9:30.
who Ohio State plays. I totally forgot about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
FAU.
FAU, that's right. And they're like 26.5 plus or minus, I mean.
Yeah, it's up there. I mean,
And they'll probably
Well,
they'll get that one. They'll probably
even
win
though
by
it's
28,
Lane,
30.
though it's Lane Kiffin, like they lost. Oh my gosh, I can't think of the running back. Is it Devin Singletary? Or
Yeah, something like that. Devin Singletary.
Yeah, something
Singletary.
It's close to that. He was really good, and that was like the heart and soul of their team, and he's gone now.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
We don't know.
they're
But I do
they're
know
gonna be in
that
trouble.
Ohio State will be pretty good. They obviously, dude. You know what was crazy when we talked about this the other day was like how it was breaking news that OU named Jalen Hurts starter and Ohio State named Justin
How
Fields
is that
starters. Like no
breaking news?
shit. Like
How?
obviously, who else? Like you don't transfer from Alabama to anywhere. You go from Alabama. If you transfer from Alabama, you're probably going to start wherever you go.
Yeah,
And if you don't, like,
I'm sure in
you might
his
wanna
mind
transfer
he
again.
thought, I'm gonna transfer away from Bama, go to OU, so that way I can be second string to a dude that's never played before.
exactly. It's just
I
like
mean,
it's
what do you
crazy.
mean?
It's crazy that it's even a news story.
Yeah.
Either
Now
of them.
see, like
Same with Justin Fields. Like,
yeah.
why is that? He transferred from Georgia,
yeah, like you knew he was gonna.
and he
start.
was the number one prospect.
Although Justin
college.
Fields though did play really bad in,
yeah,
in
but
the
like
spring game.
he had just transferred like 2 weeks earlier
Yeah.
to there. He didn't know the playbook. He probably just
Yeah.
went out there and like
was just
street
winging
ball.
it.
It was like street ball or something. You know?
Yeah,
Or not
I
street
mean
ball, but
the
yard.
news is Tate Martell. If
Yeah.
you transferred to a team that you're thinking, I'm
You-
definitely
yeah,
gonna
he
start.
actually really
and
did
then
think he was
he's
gonna
not
start.
starting, and
No.
then you're like, whoa,
That's
what happened
surprising,
there?
and that could tell a lot.
Well, I
Is
mean,
it the coach or is it actually the players? Like, is it he's not that
oh,
good?
dude,
and
it's got to be the player. I don't even think it's talent thing. I think it's probably something behind the
Personality?
scenes. Yeah,
like a personality,
like an
thing?
attitude thing.
Yeah, that could be
like
it.
he thinks he's too good,
He
or
has-
he's not going to class,
He
or
has been
whatever
he has
is going
been
on.
in the news for. He's been quoted a few times for like some,
Controversial things.
not
yeah.
controversial, but like just not like easygoing, smooth stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I feel like it has to be something like that.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't know why you'd start anybody else, but I mean at OSU, dude, it's hard. It's hard to say because
Who's starting?
That's
Do
the
they
thing.
know?
We as of right now are starting both. Or we're gonna
Play both.
play both. We're gonna run a two
That's-
quarterback system.
I think that's wrong. I know. Mike
I mean,
Gundy's,
dude, what's really
coach,
tough
but-
to say is that Mike Gundy always. I love Mike, and I never try to speak poorly of Mike, but he always picks the wrong quarterback. I don't know
Yeah.
why. I don't know what it is, but I mean, if you go back and look through the history, Alex Kate played before Brandon Whedon. Brandon Whedon didn't get to start. Alex Kate got to start, and it wasn't until he got hurt, and then Brandon Whedon came in, and we won against Colorado. And then you fast forward, and J.W. Walsh played, and Wes Lunt played, and then finally Clint Shelf played. And Clint Shelf was easily the best quarterback out of that three. And then you go on, and then the same thing happened with Mason Rudolph, where it went J.W. Walsh, Dax Garman, and then once both of them got hurt, then Mason finally got to start in the Baylor game with 3 games left, and we lost a year of Mason because he played Baylor, OU in the bowl game.
Yeah.
And we basically burned a year from him, and he was obviously the best quarter. Like it was.
Imagine if you didn't
not
burn a
even
year and
close.
you had just one more year with him.
Yeah, I think of that. The one thing that I think about
You
is
dream about it at night?
no. The
Lose
big
sleep
thing
over it?
is Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
Is that if Tyreek Hill didn't do what he did, the next following season we went 10-0, and all we had was Baylor and OU at home.
Yeah.
And we would have had Tyreek Hill. We lost to Baylor by 10, which Tyreek would have obviously affected the game. I think we could have won that game. Been 11-0 playing Bedlam, and win or lose doesn't matter. It's 11-1 season.
Yeah.
And you're sitting there going to the Big 12 title with Tyreek, and like it could have been a totally different thing than what happened. That was the year that really messed us up.
Yeah.
But if someone would put a gun to my head and said you have to pick one, I would say Drew Brown's probably going to start the first snap.
Really?
I mean, because it's the thing about Gundy, dude, is he's not thinking who's the best, who's all this stuff. He's thinking, okay, well, Drew Brown has the experience. He's played at this level before. He's gonna make less mistakes.
You think
You
that,
know,
though?
like
You don't know. You've
I
never
don't know.
really seen.
I don't know.
What's
But
his name? What's the other dude?
Spencer Sanders. Yeah.
You've never seen him play a college game. So how do you know he's going to make mistakes right off the bat? You know, it's hard to tell.
Yeah. Well, I think that's just an indication of what it is that if you're saying that we're going to play both and you're going to play Spencer Sanders, you're basically saying that, oh, Spencer Sanders has a lot of talent then. Like
yeah, you're basically saying you just want to show people that he's good so that when you do give him the starting job, you can justify it.
Yeah.
You know?
Well,
and
it's
be like, hey,
also-
we tried with Drew Brown, but it didn't work and he's better, so we just went with him. You
Yeah,
know?
because in the past, Gundy would never do that. He would say, oh, Drew Brown's going to start.
Yeah.
Spencer Sanders is good and talented, but he's not going to play because,
You know, but
he's
I mean,
not quite there yet or
But
something.
the thing is, you know, if he does make that dual quarterback scheme work, like it could just really work.
yeah.
It could really work.
I think, well, it did one year when we've had Mason and JW. I think it's the same year we went 10-0 to start out the season, is because basically what would happen is we'd run Mason and then we'd get to the goal line and we'd bring in J-Dub and then we'd run Wildcat with J-Dub and it worked great. Our
Well,
red zone
maybe if he
efficiency went
uses
through
a
the
bigger,
roof.
like a more, involved scheme of both of them, it could just work because you could throw out some plays that just a lot, not trick plays, but they will just throw the defense off. You know?
Yeah, I mean, dude, here's the thing.
Because it's like, all right,
is-
now we're bringing in a new quarterback, a whole new set of plays they might run. It could
Well,
change everything.
I
For the
think
defense.
the thing is that you can run tempo like crazy with two quarterbacks, but
Yeah, exactly. That's true too.
the problem that you run into is that you are gonna mess it. Like it's so difficult to do. You're gonna mess it up because quarterback's really about rhythm and pace, and like you can't. I mean, that's the problem that Texas had. Is Texas had all these high recruits. Everybody's supposed to be good. You bring a dude in and he'd be doing all right, and you're thinking, oh, he's not doing good enough. So bring in the next dude, and then bring in the next dude, and then you just kill all their momentum, and then there's nothing they can do. I mean, we played Texas one time, and they had Swope at quarterback, and he was killing us. He was just tearing us apart. We couldn't stop him. There's nothing we could do, and they decided, oh, we'll bring in Buechele.
Yeah.
They brought in Buechele. He threw one incomplete pass, was cold off the bench, and went 3 and out, and then they punted the ball. And if they just kept Swope in, they probably would have won the game. There's nothing we could do. But since they were like, oh, Swope can't really pass, But the problem is they don't need to pass.
Yeah,
You know,
they just ran the wrong place.
It's just one of those things that two quarterback systems.
Time will tell. It'll, over the first couple of weeks if they keep using that system, time will tell if it works or if it doesn't. And then if it does at first, time will tell even more if defenses can adapt to it.
Yeah.
Because by the third week, if teams that they're going to be playing notice that they're using it, they're obviously going to practice for it when it comes time for their game against them.
It's hard to
and
tell.
It's going to be like, all right, can they execute on the defense, defending both quarterbacks in both playbooks that they're going to be using?
Yeah. I will say, though, the thing about the whole Alex Kate, Brandon Whedon thing was Brandon Whedon never really practiced that well. Like, he didn't practice that. He didn't
Talking about practice?
Yeah. Not a game.
Yeah, we only care about games around these parts.
He was the franchise, though. It ended up being that he was the franchise player. But that was the thing, dude, is Brandon Whedon never really did anything in practice that wowed people. Like, he was just an average dude. Like, if you're wearing a practice jersey with no numbers and they were just switching in and out, you couldn't pick them apart.
Yeah.
Of which one was Alex Kate, which one was Brandon. The thing is when it came to game time, it was miles
Brandon
different.
Whedon turned it on.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the difficult part, is that I think that's what a lot of people think about Spencer Sanders, is that maybe game time
rolls around and
he'll
flips
have
the
a
switch.
Definite, bigger advantage,
it could be interesting, it's going to be his first year. It could be interesting if he's like just above average what OSU usually has. Like, maybe he brings in some good people over the next couple of years.
The one thing about Spencer Sanders is that we haven't had in a while is scrambling ability.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he has that ability.
Like, Mason was a pocket passer, Whedon's a pocket passer.
And you guys usually always have like a couple 4-stars and then 3-star receivers, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, and those guys
wide
usually
receiving core is not bad.
Yeah, you guys usually have a pretty good wide receiving core. So if you can get a quarterback that can scramble and accurately throw while scrambling, that could be a little lethal, especially with the scheme you guys run.
Yeah,
because you guys are high paced offense. So like, that could you could tire out a defense. Pretty quick.
The thing that I worry about is our defense, is our front seven.
Looking forward to the season. What do you think? Like I know it's far away and a lot of things should happen between now and then, but Bedlam. What are your thoughts on Bedlam?
Bedlam? I don't know.
We might have talked about this in detail last time, but I kind of want to get your thoughts again on it.
I mean, dude, the thing about Bedlam is, as of right now, it's so far away, so we don't really know.
You don't know. You don't know. Anything could happen between now and then. Jalen Hurts could go down and OU's in a world of hurt. World of hurt.
Well, because see, here's the thing too. If Spencer Sanders doesn't pan out and Drew Brown makes mistakes or is not as good as everybody, that's what's really gonna, ride or die on us, is if our quarterback play is good enough. Like, we can win the game. The problem is that I don't know if our defense is really gonna step up, or there's just so many question marks right now. We just don't know. The thing is I bet it's a close game.
Yep.
And for the past 10 years, there's only been like 3 games that haven't been that close. And one was probably due to weather, and then the other 2 were blowouts either way. But,
obviously you hope they win.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
OU?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, OU.
I think we can win.
No, OU.
Oh.
Yeah, you hope OU
think we'll win?
Yeah. No, you hope OU wins?
No, you said, you think they win.
OU will win, yeah. And you said, like absolutely.
Me. Like
OU. No,
OU.
You think OU will win.
Yeah. Here's my thing about OU. Why is it OU? Because it's the University of Oklahoma, right?
Yeah, dude, I don't
know.
know. It's the education, they don't.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I know.
None of it makes sense.
It's like you guys.
Texas.
It's like
Texas is UT.
Yeah.
University of Texas.
Well, they got a better. They're better educated.
Yeah, that's true. I feel you on that. But I've always thought that.
Yeah.
That is so weird how everybody's like OU, and I'm like, what are you guys? They're like
Oklahoma University.
No, the University of Oklahoma.
Yeah. Well, they just like things backward. They just like, it's all good. I think for me, Ohio State's going to go up north to the big house and do what we always do for the past 19 years. Just beat them. Like always. There's not much more.
Has it been 19? There's no way.
It's something like that. They're like 16 or they're like 17 or 18-1 in the past like 19 years. Whatever. It's like, it's crazy. Like they just can't win against us, and they're not going to start now. They're just not. I don't think they
Yeah,
are.
it'll be. I don't know. That game will be big.
I mean, obviously, over the season, we'll see how both teams are doing, but I just don't think they're going to get it done. I think because it's a win or lose year for Harbaugh, I think he just doesn't get it done. I think he chokes.
Too much pressure.
Yeah, too much pressure. I think he knows that this is like he has to get it done this year.
Yeah.
And I think it's just going to be too much, and they're not going to get it done.
Operation Kitchen Sink.
Yeah, Operation fucking my seat is hot.
Yeah.
I gotta do something.
Yeah,
I think he's gonna overthink it too much, and he's gonna make too many mistakes. And I think Ohio State's gonna capitalize on all those mistakes.
Yeah.
I just think obviously they might not, but
yeah,
I gotta have faith that they
it'll
will.
be interesting. I don't know. I want to see how the offense and everything runs for Ohio State with Yursich now and Ryan Day.
I think it's just gonna be new, and I think it's gonna go very well. Because obviously they have really high talented players, so it's not.
Well, yeah.
It's not like they're teaching to dummies or something.
Yeah, that's a big difference with OSU and stuff. Is we got 3-star dudes out there performing like 5 stars, you know.
Yeah.
And
you guys do
it's tough.
usually play pretty good for like the not as high tier. You know, like you're not getting 7, 8, 5-star recruits every year.
No, we have.
You're
like,
not even getting 5 stars.
We constantly finish over our recruiting class.
Really?
Every year. Yeah, we recruited like 48.
I think you guys in the AP,
country.
you guys were like, you
I
guys
think
received
last
like
year,
three votes to be in the AP, which is not much, but at least you received other votes, you know.
Yeah, well, this
Like
year's
you're in
a
the
question
top, you're in
mark.
like the top 40.
I
That's
mean,
saying
dude,
something. There's 250 teams, you know.
we're
Or 300-some
we're
teams.
used to disrespect. It's okay. I mean, think about it. When we had Mason
Well, when
and
you when you copy like the real OSU, the Ohio State University, when you copy them, you should fucking deal with disrespect.
yeah, I mean, I don't think we ever copied TOSU, but
Well, you did, so
no, we don't have no T in front of us.
yeah, because you're not real.
I mean,
You're the little brother. You're the little, you know, little sidekick OSU.
sidekick.
Yeah.
You try to say little brother.
Yeah. So,
Little.
I mean, that's basically all we got. You know, we recapped a lot of the games. Hopefully,
Oh, what do you think of the jersey thing? Have you seen the new jerseys?
for
Everybody, have you seen the top 10 new jerseys?
no, I haven't.
The Vapors at Oregon.
Nope, I haven't. I didn't.
Super sick.
I did see the Michigan State one, and that one is trash.
Yeah, that one's
Like the one I showed you with the weird, they got like 4 different greens on there, and none of them go together.
Oh, dude, that's like everybody was saying that Baylor's new uniforms, which I didn't get a great look at them, but dude, Baylor's
I'm
new
gonna have to check that
uniforms,
out, and we'll have to
dude,
talk about it.
They look bad too.
We'll have to talk about that next
But-
episode.
But Nebraska's all blacks, like that. It's kind of like a black uniform with like retro, and they have like a weird like skull crossbone. Like
Who's
on
this?
the Nebraska.
Really,
Yeah,
I've not seen that.
they
I'm
look
gonna
good.
have to talk about, or I'll have to check it out, and we'll talk about it
There's
next
some cool
episode.
things. Well,
Um,
and you know, next episode we'll have all the stuff in the picks. And
Yeah,
we'll
week
see.
1 and week 2 will be started,
Yeah,
and we'll be good to go.
then we'll know where we stand on all of our picks and where
And we'll have a better understanding of a lot of the teams, both
Yeah.
on the top end and on the really just all the way through.
Yeah.
You'll have a better
It
understanding.
is
of
hard
all
to
teams.
judge on one game, but you'll
Super
see
hard,
where
but
people are at.
Yeah, exactly. You'll see where they're starting at. You know, and then
Yeah.
game 2, obviously through the season, you'll see them progress one way or the other,
Yeah.
get better or get
Well,
worse.
that's when tune-up games start coming in too.
Yeah, dude, fuck those. Like, who's Bama got right before? They got like basically a tune-up game before every big game.
Yeah.
Or
They
a
have,
bye week.
they have 2 bye
They-
weeks and a tune-up game.
Yeah, they have 2 bye weeks before highly ranked games, currently ranked,
Yeah.
and then they have a tune-up game before like the last game of the year. Auburn,
It's
I
like
think.
a high risk, high reward strategy. It's all about playing well early because the thing is they put their tune-up game in like week 11 or something like that.
which they
where,
do.
You know, so the thing is like instead of playing that tune-up game at the beginning of the year, they play it at the end of the year. So that way they basically get an extra bye week.
Yeah,
where
but
they
I
can-
think that's. But then again, they're playing top teams in the SEC, so it's obviously the playoff committee is going to look at that and consider them a little bit better of a team. It sucks,
I mean,
but
dude, the thing
just how it
is Bama and like
and
it's,
Clemson is like slowly taking over Bama's like top dog reign. You know, Clemson's going to be in the playoffs just as much as Bama's going to be for the next couple of years.
Yeah, dude. They have
As long as they
that-
both have their head coaches still, Dabo and Saban, they're both going to be in the top. They're going to be in the playoffs no matter what. I mean,
Yeah.
unless they suffer big injuries, they'll be
well,
in the playoffs.
what I think too is it's that Dabo has established that pipeline of recruiting
Yep.
in that area.
Yeah.
That's super.
He's locked it
rich
down.
in talent.
Yeah, and he got that he's got what, a 5 or 10 year contract with Clemson.
Yeah.
So like he's
Oh,
going to be there for.
They're not gonna fire him.
No,
There's
he's going to be
way.
there for a minute, and it's his place. Like
Yeah, I think it's because all those teams in that area are struggling. You know, Spurrier left South Carolina, so
North Carolina isn't good. Duke
Yeah.
isn't good.
Well, dude, the Florida schools are down.
Yeah,
Miami's
Tennessee's down.
Florida State, who's usually a powerhouse,
But Tennessee's
is
down too. Yeah, like Tennessee's right there. Well, they're in the.
Yeah. But here's the thing: is Florida's big
They're in
because a lot of
They're
kids
in the
come out of
SEC,
Florida.
but like still, you know what I'm saying? It's still close to that
Yeah.
area.
Yeah, it's that Georgia, Bama, Florida area.
Yeah.
That's huge. Like that's probably the biggest area, and that tri-state area is probably the biggest in all of football. I mean,
Aside from Texas being its own thing,
Texas is probably number one on the list.
but they're their own
but,
thing.
you know,
Like-
Florida, Georgia, Bama, Florida, Georgia, Bama are probably in the top 15. All three of them are in the
Oh,
top
dude, they're
10.
probably in the top 10. Yeah, I would say top
Yeah.
10. Maybe even like, dude, honestly, you could probably put them in like top 7.
Yeah,
You could probably fit them in top 7.
yeah.
Honestly.
They probably are even in the
So-
top 5. Who really knows?
All right,
But-
well, we'll wrap it up and next episode after the games from the first big weekend. Because first weekend we only got this weekend we only got 2 games. Next weekend we got all the games, and after that we'll have another episode. We'll tally up the points. We'll recap how it went, and talk about the games coming up. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. See you.